Hey everybody, just wanted to go ahead and do a review on the new coffee machine that I purchased for Christmas. This is the Terra Kaffe TK-01. Bought this around Christmas time, so had a couple months to try it out and have been really enjoying it. Thought I would walk through some of the features of the machine so that if you are considering purchasing the machine, you are kind of able to walk through this with me, and maybe this will answer some of your questions. So starting off, this is the front of the machine. I'll zoom in a little bit here. You get a couple options here. It's just one touch, and you can have all these coffees made for you. There's Americano, cappuccino, milk, which if you pick cappuccino or latte, that will automatically be incorporated into your drink. But if you want specifically warm milk, you can hit that and that'll go into your mug. I think this is a great feature. I have kids, so if you have hot chocolate powder in a mug and you just hook the straw, the tube directly into the milk, and then you hit this, the cold milk will go into the machine and come out hot, and you'll have instant hot milk, which is great, especially after the kids have gone sledding and they're back in the house and everybody wants hot chocolate quickly. This is an easy way to do it. Espresso, latte, and hot water. My wife drinks a lot of tea, so that's really easy. You just hit the button and it's instant hot water as well. So these are some of the options right here. As far as this right here, this front nozzle, this will adjust up and down based on the height of your mug. So if you have a taller travel mug or a bigger coffee cup, you can kind of go all the way up. But if you have a smaller mug, kind of like one of these, then you can lower it down to reduce the amount of splashing. So moving along to the top, so there's this metal heating pad. If you want to have a warmed mug, this just kind of stays warm while the machine's on. Doesn't really do too much for me, but if you wanted to have a warm mug and that was something that excited you, that's the functionality of this plate. I purchased these glass mugs on Amazon. That does not come with it, but I think they're great because if you're going to put it under your cabinet, they're kind of the right height. A lot of them are taller and they'll kind of bounce off the top, so this is kind of the right height. So I'm pretty happy with these. Behind this, let me actually pull my machine out really quick. Sorry, bear with me for 1 second while I do that. So on the top, this is the hopper that has all of the beans in it. So it's very easy. You can just buy your beans. I've used a couple different ones. I've tried ones from Starbucks. I think these are from Costco, and we haven't had any problems, and they've all run through the grinder perfectly with no problem, and the taste has been very good, so I haven't run into any problems with those. So all you do is you just keep this full and close the lid. If you had already pre-ground coffee, you can actually lift this up. This lifts right up, and you can actually just put it in there. But if you don't have pre-ground coffee and you're using beans, then you just put the beans into the hopper. Okay, push this back. All right, so on the side, I'm gonna open this door right here. This is the kind of the catcher of all the coffee grounds after they've run through the machine. It's clean right now. These are all just plastic and can just run through the sink. You just run the faucet on them, it'll clean it right out, no problem. And this right here, this is the primary component of the machine, the heart and soul. All of the coffee grounds, after they go through the grinder from the hopper, will come in here and be introduced with water, and then will eventually go into your cup, and then will then be dumped into the hopper. But this right here, this does get some coffee grounds all over it, and this also can just go in the sink. You can just run this underwater and kind of wipe it with a paper towel and dry it back out. It's pretty easy since you can do that. So I usually pull this out probably once a week or so just to kind of run it under the faucet and wipe it out. And then once you've done that, then you can just push these back in. So pretty easy. All right. other side. This is where the water is. It's just the reservoir. If you've ever had a Keurig, very similar. You just fill it up with water. Make sure there's a fill line on the side. Just keep that full so that you have no shortage there when you're making coffee. Okay. So now that we have done that, I guess I'll walk through this real quick. It comes with a milk carafe, which is right here. You can put your whole milk, your skim milk, your half and half, whatever meets your fancy. And as long as it's in there, then I put it in the fridge when I'm not using it, obviously. But then when we're gonna use it, I take it out. You just make sure the hose is connected. And then there's an attachment that goes directly into the machine right here. So once it's plugged in, then you just get your coffee cup and put it underneath. And you have a couple different options here. If you want, sometimes I'll just do an espresso, and you can kind of add espresso with another drink. So I'll do an espresso first. So I pick that. You can hear it grinding right now. The beans are grinding in the hopper. And then it'll start making the coffee right now. So I'll do that. So what I like to actually do, now that it's done the shot of espresso, I like to add that, I don't need to clean that right now. It gives you a reminder if you need to clean the machine or clean the milk container. Everything kind of walks you through it on the actual machine, so I won't do that right now. But then I will have a cappuccino. So it's basically a cappuccino. It'll be 2 shots of espresso and milk. So I'll hit cappuccino. And if I want, there's always an option you can hit 2, and it'll double the serving size. I'm just gonna stick with 1 for right now. So it's grinding the beans again. So it's gonna be kind of that same thing, a shot of espresso. Okay, and now what it's gonna do, since it's finished that, it's gonna put the milk in, so it'll pull straight from the carafe. There you go. So perfect cup of coffee every time, which is pretty nice. So that's pretty much it. I guess one thing I could mention real quick, usually every time it runs a drink with milk, it'll ask you to do, if you want to do a clean, to make sure that there's no kind of milk buildup, you would just unplug the tube from the milk carafe and plug it in this little slot down here. And then you would go to menu, and then you can go to cleaning, and you can clean the milk container. So it just asks you if that's what you want to do. It asks if you've connected the hose the correct way. You say yes, and it'll run water through the nozzles at the bottom to kind of clean it out. Does that for a second, and all this water just comes from the reservoir that you added the tank on the side. And then after it runs the water, then it'll end up doing a steam to kind of break up any of the milk that came out of the nozzles for your drink. There you go. And then usually what I do is I'll just take a paper towel and just wipe it underneath right there. And it goes back to the menu and you're ready for your next drink. And that's it. So I hope this review's been helpful and will help you make a more informed decision if you decide to proceed forward with this purchase. But again, we've had this since Christmas and been very happy with it. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.